6 megabits, which is pretty cool. Neato. Well, anyways, so guys and gals, one of the cool things that I actually got to do when I was at VidCon was talk to a few people, and one of the things they asked about was my hair. And like, I figured this is kind of a cool one that I can share to the Twitch community, especially now when I wanted to try out Streamlabs and their really cool app. I've been always had my eye on it for generally for streaming, and streaming with Savvy, which is an amazing streamer. If you guys and gals haven't checked her out, definitely go check her out. Just Dark Souls runs. But I wanted to check this out and also showcase how to make organic aloe, which is really amazingly repurposed as shampoo that you can get. Let me take a sip of my kombucha and we'll dive right back into it. Oh, that's good. So, the essential points that you need in order to make this work is you're going to need aloe. Now, luckily, I happen to have a garden that happens to be full of this stuff, so it's kind of a pandemic. So I get to utilize this all the time to make it. That's why I end up with hair like this. And what we're going to simply do after I go over the ingredients list, and I'll show you how to cut it open, scoop it out, and blend it up with my lovely Vitamix, which is going to be pretty cool. So you also need lavender. This helps with the smell, because when you do cut open that vein of the agave plant, the aloe is going to have a very, let's just say, interesting smell. Kind of reminds me of Play-Doh that sat in the sun for a little too long. It's pretty funny, actually. But it's besides the point. What we're going to get into, and now we're going to dig this up and actually make this happen, is we'll need a bonding agent too, which I use a splash of honey. Now, honey is usually typically okay for your hair. You don't want to use a tab. A tab past a dot. You know, you don't really want to go anything past that. Other than that, and the last ingredients which I like to mix in when we make the final mix, which goes inside your hair, is baking soda. This helps out with a really good portion of what's going down. So what I'm going to do really fast is I'm just going to add just a tiny bit of water. This helps it with mixing because it's going to come out something like gel. So maybe I'll put like literally just a few ounces of water inside of there in order to make it happen. Now we're going to take this. Now I'm not going to show you exactly, I probably could turn it down just a little bit actually, so you can see the angle of what's happening while I'm cutting this. So, now that we have this, bring this back, I'm going to cut along the vein with the outside of the leaf. That way you can just scrape really easily with anything, and you're not missing anything that has been right there. You're also looking to see if there's any critters. Unfortunately, I just saw a small little spider just completely kill himself in the vein of there, you poor little guy. Remember, make sure you're always trying to like cut away from yourself. Like as I'm cutting towards myself, I'm going to change the angle just to make sure I follow proper knife safety. I don't want to end up with a huge freaking like medical bill. That would not be fun. But let's go ahead and finish this. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this with a nice little cross the top. That way it unfolds. Then I can just like pretty much just cut it right off. Now I'm going to go ahead and go down here, start at the bottom, and just kind of shave it off. And we'll get the rest of the stuff that's on the top in a second. This really helps bring everything off that you need really fast. So it's going to be kind of like a gack, I'm not going to lie. It's an interesting feeling for sure. Now this pretty much took everything off for the most part. There's barely anything, so I did really, really well. Though I do like to occasionally just scrape it a little bit. Just to get towards the end, you'll see like some of the clear stuff. Because every little inch counts in aloe. And it makes up for really beautiful hair, so you want to try to get it. And I'm just going to very slowly, just kind of like put it inside the Vitamix. And again, like I said, this stuff is like gack. Like it literally will not come off sometimes. So that one's done. I'll go ahead and like put what was already inside of there, and we'll continue to cut off the top leaf of this other one, and we'll scrape off what's inside of there and make the mix. So this one's pretty good, scraped off. Right there is the bread and butter. What's going on. Now it definitely seems like I can probably cut this off right there. We can just go directly inside of scooping or inside of the blender. So this one I like doing personally myself. It goes directly in that blender. And you can just kind of hold it over like I do personally, like this, kind of drape it, let it kind of sit there. So I kind of clean the debris off the knife really fast. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and slice off the top. And it's going to come out to be looks like a puck of gel. It's really cool actually. So there's some of it. It's going to go inside of there. Very clear. Make sure I get all of it. Now if you get some of the leaf inside there, it's not going to be bad. It's really, I haven't found it's a bad use for you. I would assume it's like a rind on an orange. You can't go wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Perfect. Get all that aloe in there. I remember, I always try to cut away. I know sometimes it can be a little impossible with this plant. But try to like just gently just slice into it. That way you don't slice into your hand. You're slicing into the leaf. And it's got a pretty thick rind, so I mean you're pretty safe for the most part as long as you're not trying to be super fast about it. Don't be Barry Allen when you're trying to do this. It will not end well. Or maybe it will end well, I don't know. Maybe if you're Barry Allen, like, situations are completely different. It's up here. So, not too bad. So far, so good. I definitely still have some more aloe that I need to scrape off, so I'm going to try to see the side angle. That kind of seems to help a little bit. Kind of doing that diagonal electric slide. Alright, perfect. So, I got what I needed. Now we're going to go ahead and flip it around. There we go. And that smell is just ever so interesting to get used to. Now this is where I kind of turn, when you get down to the thinner portion of the aloe plant leaf, I tend to turn my knife a little bit sideways so it can kind of almost match the length of the leaf. There is definitely some stuff there, but you got to get that right angle. So this one's pretty much done, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this portion off. I'm not going to blend it up, I have to get that out of there. And one of the cool things is you're going to get a lot of this on your hands, and you're going to wonder like what the hell you're going to do. Use it as like a, kind of like a lotion. Like it won't smell the best, but it's really good for your skin. Aloe Vera is ridiculously good for your skin. It heals almost like any sunburn, or just like almost any kind of burn or anything like that. Just it's good for skin and like the regrowth and regeneration of it. So it's like you can even rub it in your face if you really wanted to. It's an interesting smell though, but like personally, I just like when I'm done with this, if I have any on my hands, I just kind of like rub it into my hands and just basically kind of let it just dry. And then once I'm done with this, probably about 30 minutes to an hour later, I'm usually showering it up and using this mix in order to actually push forward inside of this. Okay, almost there. Definitely got a little less than what I thought in yielding, but we'll make a small batch. That way next time I can shoot this in 4K, and we can all see what goes down pixel for pixel. So, I think I'm coming up a little bit much where I can get almost everything I have. I think that's pretty much it. There's a little bit more on top of there, but I don't think I'm going to get anything past that. So let's go ahead and put the knife away. That way it's nice to say you don't need it. And like I said, I actually have a lot of this on my hands, but you can quickly just kind of like use it like a body lotion. It's not that bad. It's going to feel a little weird, smell a little weird, but it'll make your skin feel really good, actually. So, health and beauty tips. And one of the cool things is that aloe will actually promote hair regrowth. Most people that are scared about losing their hair and all that other fun stuff. You stick with a nice diet of good stuff to eat. You make sure that you are utilizing the technique of baking soda, which utilizes a open pore technique to regrow in hair, and some lavender and some good old-fashioned like organics right here, and you can't go wrong. Your hair kind of pops back into place and knows what to do. But let's go ahead and tilt this up since I'm done doing the cutting. We can come back into play for as far as this. Now I'm going to take another drink of my kombucha personally because I'm pretty thirsty and this is my breakfast right now. But so far so good. I'm definitely digging this cream. Doesn't seem like anything's like popped out of it. Quality wise. So remember when I said the splash of honey, right? And I really do mean just a splash of honey. This is just a bonding agent. That's it. That's literally just a splash. Now personally I'll go about like 1 or 2 drops of lavender. It's pretty powerful, so you don't want to like go too far into it. So it's like 1, 2, done. So things are going to get a little loud. Bear with me on this one. We're going to see what ends up happening, and then we're going to be able to have a nice little source like this, and we're going to pour it in. And usually I'll put more water inside there to make the shampoo mix so I can utilize everything that's already been mixed inside of there. And I'll show what you mean in a second. So just pour a little bit more water in there, just a little splash, just to kind of get a little bit more on the top. But that should be good enough. I might need to add a little more water in order to keep... Oh, there there's some aloe. Just want to utilize that. Ah! Okay, maybe not. Maybe it just doesn't want to come out. Whatever. Like I said, all this can be turned into like basically a nice little lotion. You can utilize every single portion of the aloe plant. It's very versatile. You can make tequila if made in the right applications. It's a magical plant if you really think about it. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how this works really fast. Go ahead and click it on. Luckily for me, I have my Vitamix. This thing goes freaking ridiculous. So you can see it ends up foaming up. Almost looks like a shampoo, very lathered. Let's go ahead and turn it up a notch. Make sure it really kind of separates. Because remember, this is just like gel. So you want to make sure it turns into like a liquid. And then you're going to set it inside the fridge in order for it to kind of just like turn back into like a gelatinous state but still liquid. It's really interesting the way it works. Okay, I thought that was my Vitamix crapping out. I was like, no! Don't you dare. Anyways, so yeah, like pretty much at that point in time, that's it. That's all you really need to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click this off as far as like what we need to. We're going to pour it out, and then I'll show you how to make the instant one. So this just comes out, and it's going to come out like lather, pretty much just all inside of there. And that's great. That's what you want. What I want to do now is I want to make something that's I'm going to utilize immediately. And that's the way you can utilize everything inside of there. So take a little more water than what you had before. But personally, I'll take this in like a maraca, shake it all about. There we go. We got almost all of it, right? But I want to mix it up too. A little notch. Because remember, you're not going to use a lot of this. This is actually like a very soft application of what you can use, and it lasts a long time too, which is really nice. So, go ahead and mix that up a little bit. Perfect. It's about good enough. Give it a nice little shake again. And now at this point in time, I've pretty much gotten all the stuff that was in there inside of this like water form ready for shampoo. That way we can use it. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this inside the cup. And it goes in like lather. Let all those foams just like dribble down, because that's probably more than likely the aloe vera mixed with the lavender fluffing up with the honey, which is great. It breeds very beautiful locks of love. It's pretty cool, man, what you can actually get together. And I'm pretty sure ladies know this all too well. Like, they're like, yeah, we've been up there that creek without a paddle, without sulfates for quite some time. Like, what girls do to their hair, it's quite insane sometimes, those poor ladies. But they do it well. I mean, most of them look very sexy and very beautiful. What their hair did, nails did, everything did. So I'm going to top it off with a little more water. And that's pretty much where the blend's going to come in, where it almost completes. Now, one step further, this is for me taking the applied mix, which we've already made, which is inside here, which I end up putting inside of this. Nice little sandwich container. Conveniently holds it, and you can kind of see it a little closer. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's very foamy, but on the bottom, see where it's like almost like liquidy? Well, you put it inside the fridge and let it chill, and it's going to kind of become a little bit more gelatinous, but it's not going to go back to the state it was before. This, literally, all you need to do is pour maybe about, I don't know, like maybe an ounce or two inside of there with a cup every 2 days for the conditioner. So you've literally made the conditioner that you, or I guess the shampoo conditioner that you would need inside the situation, because technically it's shampoo, it's not conditioner. Conditioner is the apple cider vinegar, sorry. I got a little tongue-tied on that one. But yeah, this is your shampoo. So basically you add this to the baking soda, which I'm going to show you, in an applied mix. But I'm going to put this in the fridge real fast. Oh, I have another container I need to utilize. Anyways, with that being said, you take just an applied point of baking soda, right? And you're going to apply it directly inside there. And I'll personally take maybe about a handful, about this much. Not too much. Just enough. And I'm going to go ahead and get this off screen so you can see me apply it inside the cup. So you know there's no trickery, there's no magic. But yeah, you take that, apply it inside there. Now personally myself, I use baking soda all the time in my hair, so I'm not going to waste this. I'm just going to go ahead and rub it in, because today is baking soda day for me anyway, so once you put that directly inside there, it's going to poof your hair up It really does all the time with me. Helps with all the oil capture and really changes it. And you just work it in. It's like a dry shampoo. Then it helps me even boost my hair even more. It's crazy how my hair just went from like normal to like volume. Lots of it. Baking soda is magical if you use it right. It's really good for your hair. So ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much how you make, from start to finish, a cup that you don't want to drink. I don't know if you can drink, actually. Maybe you might be able to. I wouldn't recommend it. I've never tried it. But this gets applied here when you're inside of the shower. And just like, basically, it's just like your shampoo. Just pour it in right before you utilize like the hot water, and then right before you go down to like the conditioner, which is apple cider vinegar. Use that. And one thing I would recommend is making sure, and let me show you guys and gals this, that you're mixing it properly. So just grab a fork, just spin it all about. The baking soda will cloud up the water, and that's a good sign. You want to reverse the flow and then reverse it again. That really gets like the baking soda off the ground, because it will naturally want to clump towards the bottom. But once you get it inside the water and you kind of atomize it with the aloe, it'll just become bonded. And right before you apply it, you may need to do one more little spin of it really fast. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you want beautiful locks like mine, and you want to be able to maintain those, you want to grow them to exponential rates, you want to have your hair like pop with natural oils rather than the bad oils, this is the technique you want to do. Like, share, and subscribe, and definitely this is something I just tested out in order for the Twitch community, and I figure if I'm going to do uploads on my phone, maybe I should start with doing Twitch first and uploading to YouTube, but this was just my first attempt at doing so. So, guys and gals, thank you so much for staying tuned. Follow, share, subscribe on all my social media platforms, which is anything from Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Daily Motion no more. It's not a daily motion for me. But pretty much universal brand. If you type in McGyver7th, you'll see the outlets that I'm using in order to broadcast out. But definitely follow and subscribe to those so you can keep in touch with what I'm doing next in my nerdy life, which is my niche. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for staying tuned in the future and watching this. And I'm going to go ahead and upload this directly to YouTube now so they get their fair share. And I want to see the video quality too. So, I'll see you guys later. Ladies too as well. Guys and ladies. I'll get more used to that. I should be people. M7 family. Yeah, later M7 family. There we go. That's universal. It's unisex.